Are you tired of people trying to teach you keybinds that just don't sit with you? Like, for example, I saw this one YouTuber who's like supposedly teaching keybinds. Who's like, not like keybinds, but like teaching like how to do stuff. But like, they do it with like the actual numbers. Like, bro, ain't no one hitting that. You know, like, especially like if you wanna hit like a, like that, like see, you know, you need actual good keybinds if you want to do something, because they just have like the basic numbers. Like if you want to stun slam and stuff, like they say like, oh yeah, do 8 into 9. Like, bro, that's so dumb. So I am going to be going over at least my keybinds and also how to do stuff like breach swap and all that John. And yeah, all that John. And maybe we can even go over carding, even though I'm still not that great at that. So yeah, let's get started. Let me do the keybind reveal. Okay, so that's sprint. So of course I use shift sprint because like I don't know why you do control. And as we get to the actual inventory, my drop is X because my drop is X, and I'll tell you why after. And so my hotbar 1 slot is just like 1. That's like my sword or just like my panic button, you know? And then my second hotbar slot is 2. Or my second hotbar, oh my gosh, sorry. My second hotbar slot is R. And my third is Q. Because these are just really close. And then for my fourth, I have C. And for my fifth, I have V. And then for sixth, I have F. 7 is E. And I recommend that if you're gonna watch this, you do side buttons, just so it can be a bit easier. But yeah, I have my button 5 and button 4, my side buttons on my mouse. Like here, let me just show you a quick example. Like these two side buttons, like I have this really nice mouse right here. And if you do have a one with 3 side buttons, like I used to have until that mouse broke, then you could switch out E for something else maybe. Because I used to not have E, but that's because I had 3 mouse buttons. But now I only have 2. So, and now you switch your, I have my inventory on 2, and I've just gotten used to just doing that motion. And I have my swap as Z. And you know, you can just usually replace whatever it says. Like if it says there's any like, oh yeah, but this is also this, I usually replace it with numbers or whatever. And I guess you can use X as a keybind because that's also pretty close, or maybe Z, but you know, I didn't really need them. And yeah, so I recommend this is, if you want, you can take a quick chance to take a picture, maybe, because I'm going to be going off of it right now. And yeah, I would recommend if you want to breach swap or stun slam, you should have your mace in your either 8 or 9. It just honestly depends, cause like, oh whoops. Oh, well one of mine is really weird. Alright, well yeah. And stun slamming is, and let's go over this, like the basic idea of a stun slam. And of course in creative mode you have more reach, so in survival it's going to be a little harder in my opinion. So I recommend before we you can practice on iron golems first, and then maybe when you get a bit more comfortable with that and doing it fast consistently and like normal tick speed, you can move on to zombies and you can go slow and stuff. So we are going to set our tick speed. Oh, I accidentally did we're going to set our tick rate to 15. We're going to place our iron golem, and we're going to have these two in our last 2 slots. We're going to just obviously just like wind charge, because a stun slam is hitting an iron golem with your axe, so it's 2 different clicks. It's not like a breach swap like this. That's a breach. Or not like a breach, but that's an attribute swap. And So it's two different attacks. Because a stun slam is where you hit them with an axe to disable their shield, and then you hit them with the mace to do like the actual mace damage. And if you're wondering why my mace looks like this, it is because I have a resource pack. Oh, speaking of, we're gonna put those two on. Wait, hold on, what is this gonna do? Okay, so I'm getting like distracted. I don't think that actually did anything, but yeah. And you can do that on iron golems because you, again, like, I should say he's shielding, you can go boom. It's two different motions. And I know like creative gives you more reach, so we're gonna go to this real quick. Okay, I don't think I did it right that time. Well, hold on, we're gonna summon a new iron golem. Oh my gosh, that's not... Okay, sorry, I'm trying to be like an example. Okay, I'm trying to be like a good example. Well, we're gonna have to change the time today in a second. Alright. Time set day. Just so you don't get bugged by any more zombies. So we're gonna place our iron golem, and then we're gonna hit him twice, and then if you want, you can even hit a little. Well, it's a bit harder when he's in water, but like. Okay, well, yeah, like whatever. You can. Oh yeah, you can. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry, I'm being all. Okay, so. Yeah, so you can do that, and then when you, like as I said, like if you get more comfortable. Maybe you can go back into creative so you can get that reach. And then you can, oh, hold on, I didn't do it right. Sometimes when I already hit him with an axe that does so much damage, I do it with a different thing. And, yeah. Here, like, yeah, and you can also try on, like, villagers, like, oh, well, I accidentally just one-shotted him. But, yeah. And once you just get that down, once you get all comfortable with that, I recommend you actually learn this after breach swapping. I kind of did a little out of order. But we're going to change our game mode back. And you know what? Since we're already going through all this, we can also learn about elytra macing. So a breach swap. We're gonna go back to our iron golem because he just has the most health. We're gonna go back to our iron golem. We're gonna go up, and we're gonna. Okay, so I recommend you do it with your, here, we're gonna quickly just swap this iron golem. And we're just gonna get back into the normal area. And so basically what a attribute swap is you take, I'm just gonna explain it with like a mace, and let's just put it in perspective like you're doing it with breach. Okay, hold on, whatever resource pack I equipped it did not work, so we're gonna just turn that off. And so essentially breach swapping is, we're gonna put in perspective of breach, and you're fighting someone with armor. Breach is where, obviously, so the breach enchantment does, like, it like disables armor. Basically it goes through a percentage of your armor depending on what level of enchant, and density is, it just enhances the multiplier of when you fall. It does more damage per block. And so we're gonna be pretending that this is just like a breach mace, and this iron golem has armor. The keybinds you're gonna want is your mace in your either 8th or 9th slot, and your sword. What did I do? Okay, and you want that in there, and you go up, and you can use your sword, and then you can hit at the same time of your swap. At the same time of your swap, or mid-attack, you switch to your mace. Yeah, you switch to your mace mid-attack. So, like, you see how I'm like, boom? Because you don't hit and then do that. It's not like the stun slam. It's at the same time. Like, you essentially want to click at the same time. or maybe even like a tiny bit before. Like, oh wait, hold on, I missed that time. Okay, I missed again, dear God. Yeah, like that. And yeah, and that is like that, and it does even more damage with an axe. It does even more damage to them, like when it pierces their armor even more. And you can also do it with wind charges, elytras, because it just essentially combines the sword and makes it have basically turns the sword into a mace. So it makes the sword do the smash attack, and it also puts breach like on the sword, essentially. And in case you're wondering what my world is, I am on a like the whatever it's called, like enhanced, the big world or whatever. I don't know what to call it. But yeah. Another thing for your practice, you do, I mean, at least netherite. If you want, you can go full prot 4 and breaking 3 mending, which is what I did, but that's because I get tired of my armor breaking. And the reason why I have normal pants is because these are blast protection, so it doesn't really work for that. And yeah, and like I said, you can practice on slower just to like get that aim with the mace down. But really, okay, I'd tell you, but really, you don't need to be going that slow to attribute swap. And what you just saw me do with the elytra is a technique called elytra macing. It is where, let's place another iron golem, and let's set our tick rate down again to like 15, because it's probably good. Or you can go to 10, or you can go to 12, whatever you feel comfortable starting with. So basically, you equip your elytra, and you use the rockets to get heights, right? I'm using duration 3, and then you can go, well, this is the like most basic. You go, and then you go on top of them, and then you can elytra them, or you can not elytra, mace them. But ideally, you can, since the duration 3, these rockets last so long, since they last so long, you have enough time to get plenty of height, and then unequip and then re-equip your elytra to get a bunch of height and go back down really quickly, instead of going like boom and like, you know, like staying up for so long. But you can also go up all the way, and then you can rock it down. Well, I missed that time. Okay, I'm sorry, I keep on missing. Oh my goodness. Oh, sorry. Okay, we're just gonna kill him. This is just for pure practice. I'm still not even perfect myself. So yeah, ideally you have your, so for me, okay, now we're gonna get to the keybinds, because I kind of explained a little bit, and we're gonna explain more complicated ones. Right, so you already know, based off of, hopefully if you took a picture, what keybinds you want. So E is right here, right? I have my elytra on E, which is my 7th slot, and I have F, my rocket, which is my 6th slot, and I have my elytra, or I have my mace on my 8th slot. That I feel like is the most ideal. Or you can put that there, and that there, and that there, like. I mean, yeah, you can make your own combinations with these keybinds, but my personal ideal is the side button, ideally the front one, and then E, and then F, because that just allows for fast stuff. You know, let's place our iron golem. Let's go over more complicated stuff. Let's go over a more complicated one, because you go up, and you unequip and re-equip, and okay, well I missed, but that's fine. So you go up, you unequip, re-equip, and you unequip, and then, okay, well ideally you wanna, okay, so you go from elytra to rocket, and then back to elytra, and you're still up in the air, and then you go down because you have duration 3, and then, since elytras, if you have an elytra equipped, the mace doesn't do, it's like damage. So that's why you have to like unequip your elytra, because That's what really does damage. And really, if you have a Windburst 3 mace, or you can even do it with Windburst 1, but I don't think I have that yet. You can get to a point, like a flow state, where you can do a huge combo with a mace, but we're not. I'm assuming if you're like if you're at a really starting point, that might not be for you. So that's why we're here to learn. And plus, like, you can just go into the air and soar on top of them. And then when you have a decent height, you can unequip your elytra and then go. We'll hit them, except I missed because I'm buns. But yeah. And you can go up. And you just go around. I'm just gonna show this one more time because I really want to hit the freaking goal. Since you have so much height, you can even spam if you want, but like I don't recommend you do it. And then you can get them in a combo. But ideally, you want to get into that like habit of just like unequipping and re-equipping your elytra. And you know, in normal mace PvP, like let's just say in like PvP club, MC PvP club, in the normal mace kit, you will not have rockets. So, we're gonna go. I'm just gonna go ahead and give myself like the MC PvP kit real quick. Usually you're gonna have like 2 stacks of golden apples, but we're gonna use enchanted because we're in creative mode and you can do whatever you want when you're in creative mode. And we're gonna keep these here because there's usually a bunch of slots. You usually also have a bunch of potions. So I'm just gonna give myself the main hotbar of a like a MC PvP. Usually have 2 stacks of wind charges, and I'm pretty sure it's the same for pearls. And we're just gonna drop those right there. And you usually have a shield, so I'm just gonna give myself what I think would be the most ideal thing, because you usually have 2 maces, because one is breach and one is density. Actually, we're gonna get an anvil really quickly, so we can actually make our mace a bit stronger. We're just gonna like reinforce it. Yeah, so you have 2 maces. This is what I would do because I'm not usually gonna use the density mace. So I usually use breach, but you can use density if you want. So this is oh wait, hold on. We're gonna give ourselves another stack of iron golem spawn eggs because they're just the best for presenting. So this is the average mace kit. This is what I would probably give myself, because you know, since you don't have fireworks, you can't do that elytra mace, or can you? Well, I mean, kind of, because you can't do it with the rockets. You can't do that chain, and you can't get height with those. And I mean, you can go with this, but usually your breach mace will not have windburst. So let's just pretend this doesn't have windburst. Actually, speaking of, we're gonna like give ourselves the exact. We're gonna give ourselves the exact like setup, and except we're gonna enchant this one with. Oh wait, rider wind underscore burst 1. So your density mace will usually have windburst 1, and your breach mace rider breach 4, and your breach mace will usually just have breach. So yeah, this will be your ideal setup, and you can either have your breach mace here if you want to do a breach swap. Yeah, and you could do that, or you could use your density mace to combo them, because your elytra is mainly just to follow them. Yeah, it's mainly just to follow them, and it's really just to. Oh wait, hold on. Survival. We're just gonna set time, set today, because we don't want any of those cringe mobs. So now, I know what you're thinking. How are we gonna gain height? Like, I guess you can wind charge in elytra, and then you can hit them with the Windburst Mace, but that doesn't get you that high now, does it? But that's the thing. That's what they want you to think. So, you could do a thing with your Wind Charge and Pearl, called Pearl Catching, to gain height. And it's where you throw a Pearl and then Wind Charge right after it to get some height. But, like, I know, that doesn't really get you that high. That's why you can go from a Wind Charge and then do it with a Pearl. So now you have essentially the firework rocket height, and then you can go a really powerful mace hit right there. But, you know, in some cases, I don't know if I can pull it off, because I don't know if I'm there yet. But, you know, you can do that. Oh, yeah, that's not what I was talking about not being able to do. You can do a thing where you go at a certain angle to boost yourself with an elytra, and boost yourself with wind charges in the elytra. And this gets you height, and this allows you to go in for a really powerful mace hit. Here, we're gonna, since we're not using our axe right now, we're gonna fight our opponent just like it's mace PvP. So ideally, you have one side and the other side, and you can go up, use your boost, and you can. And since it doesn't really get you that high, you can just kind of combo them, but you know they're not going to be just walking. You know, that's how you can kill them normally. But then, if you imply the pearl catching, that gets you a bunch of height. See, that just allowed me to two-shot him. And let's do it with the... Oh. Let's do it with the wind charge. That time to see what happens. Yeah, that instant kills him. That's full density 5. That is capable of killing the full iron golem. It can, in most cases, probably pop a full protection 4 netherite player. And, you know, if you use the little technique we were just learning, this one, where you go up and with the angle, that can get you a lot of height, which gets you a beautiful mace hit, which allows you to get a good 2-shot on him, probably. And, you know, in case you're trying to keep your momentum, you can bunny hop, which is just, really just spamming your space bar. It does not require that much skill, because, you know, you don't slow down when you're eating. And then you can go back up, and then you can get a little mace hit, but I did not go that high that time. And, you know, and then if you want to use, like, the breach, like that one, you just kind of have to, like, pray for the best. I mean, like, you can, like, oh, I missed, please. Okay. Okay, well, in this case, it didn't work because he's trying to, like, murder me. But let's just say, like, I do that, and then I can hit a little swap. But the thing is, breach, you don't just have to wind charge. It can be used on the ground, because it's still the same thing like an attribute swap. You still do that, and it still does a bunch of damage. Like, in that, plus full, like, strength 2, which you will have in the mace kit, that is powerful. And yes, I've marked all these trial chambers. I know you've probably noticed. Did I need to? No, not at all. But did I anyways? Yeah, because why not? But yeah. And yeah, and don't forget, of course, you can always hit the little, I recommend if you're gonna stun slam, you do it with the density. Oh, like, I'm so used to elytra macing. Here, and all, okay, well, Well, after I kill this iron golem, we're gonna get into our next little. We're gonna get into our next little thing. Okay, so the next thing, which I don't know if I can fully do, but I'm gonna teach you the basics of it, because you know the point of this video is to learn. So you of course can use this wind charge boost, and then you can try to gain more height with that. Oh, except I didn't quite hit it again. But yeah, you can do that to get height. Oh, well, I don't know where that's gonna go. Oh, went straight to the ocean. Okay, that would have been a shame if it went all the way down there. And yeah, and you can do that and to get a lot of height. And since I don't know if I can do that consistently, we're not gonna do it against the iron golem. We're gonna spawn another iron golem because I wanna hit another stun slam, hopefully. You know, because that is for when they're shielding, like I said, but the iron golem obviously can't shield. And you know, in case they can stun slam, it's still always worth a try to shield. And that is the mace guide. Except I forgot spear macing, but we're not going to get into that one right now. And if you thought that this was useful in any way, if you thought this was useful, go ahead and give me a like and subscribe. Just go ahead and give me a like and subscribe. And I will see you all later.